this woman is dead. How did she die, y'all? How did she die? Well, let's go into this story here a little bit, y'all. Are y'all ready for this? Are you ready for it? Well, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Brandy Vaughan, dead. Prominent anti-vaccination activist, dies. Well, she was against these pharmaceutical companies, these governments, and their billionaire agents pushing and promoting the project of death, the project of genocide. She was against it. Oh, learn the risk. Brandy Vaughan, a well-known anti-vaccination activist who founded a California nonprofit, has died, according to posts from multiple friends and supporters. Vaughan was known for her public stance against vaccinations through Learn the Risk, a nonprofit organization she founded in response to the mandatory vaccine laws. She was a former Merck sales representative, according to her bio on the Learn the Risk website. Her Facebook page explains, former pharmaceutical insider on a mission to create a healthier world, one person at a time, by educating on the risk, the real risk of pharma drugs and vaccines. Whether you say I am or not, I don't care. All right. So, Brandy Vaughan is dead. A friend who writes Health Nut News shared a Facebook post in which Vaughan wrote, I've never had any thoughts of taking my own life. Not once, not ever, even before I had my son. You see, a woman like that, you have a child, you love your child, that is something to live for. That is something you will die for. Yeah, your child. She says she has sole custody of her son, and he needs me as much as I need him. I would never think of leaving him for a second. I have never been on an antidepressant nor been diagnosed as depressed. In other words, she's telling you all that there are some very, very dangerous and powerful people who are probably going to come after me. And if something happens to me, it is not of my own doing. Somebody did this to me. I would never think of leaving him, my son, for a second. You see, death is permanent, y'all. But I wouldn't think of leaving him for a second. You know, he should not be burying me. It is I. Well, I should not be burying him. It is he who should be burying me. But she died at a young age, y'all. 47 years old. Dead. I have never been on an antidepressant nor been diagnosed or as depressed. I've never taken a daily pharmaceutical drug. There's no way anyone could get into my house. No robbers, no angry exes, no fanatical people. My house is like Fort Knox. You see, but the deep state, the Philip Mudd type of people, they say we always win. We always get you. No matter how much defense you have, we win. You see, but I got news for y'all. I got news for you. You also are going to go down into hell. You are not omnipotent. You are not all powerful. You cannot get everybody you want to get because there is a divine protection. I remember the story of the biblical Job.
Under a little bit of heat, and I wanted to document this just in case. I wanted to show some of the intimidation tactics that I've been under. There's a lot of shady stuff that goes on behind the scenes. I got involved in this fight because I used to work for Merck here in Santa Barbara where I live, and I worked there from 2001 until 2003, and I sold Vioxx for Merck. Vioxx was eventually taken off the market, and it was proven that Merck had knowledge that it increased heart attacks and stroke by 2 times, and it injured and killed a lot of people. it was eventually pulled off the market, and I lost a lot of faith in the healthcare system. A year ago, when I bought my house, I hid that deep in the bushes, and 6 months ago, I had looked for it because I thought, well, it's probably not a good idea to have a key to my house right outside my door. I couldn't find it, but when I came back from Sacramento, that one time, it was about 2 months ago, that the key was on my doorstep, open to the key. That day, I had my locks changed, and I called an alarm service, and a $3,000 alarm system 2 days later. So what happened, apparently, is someone opened the door, the front door, went through the front door, picked the lock, and my alarm went off, and they immediately disarmed it with the master code, which nobody had but me. I made sure nobody else had that code, and they disarmed it at the panel with that code. Panels inside. According to the alarm company, at 3:45 in the morning, somebody entered in through the front door, the alarm went off. They disabled the alarm by putting in the master code right away into the panel. And then at 3:46 in the morning, my hallway monitor sensor went off. So someone went down the hall. And then at 3:48, someone opened my dining room window and then closed it right away. And then if you notice, the dining room window actually faces out towards the backyard, which is much more private than the front door, which they used to enter that time. And then they went over to the keypad, entered the code again, and then left through the front door at 3:49. After the incident, I talked to some security experts who have actually done intimidation for corporations, and they explained a few things. They said, well, A, they were probably tapping your place. So everything I say and do in here is listened to, if not watched. And then opening of the back window, because it's a...
Now tapping. Y'all know who tap phones and tap your house. Y'all know who put bugs in places like that. Y'all